Hi! Welcome back. I'm Sarah. This is The Experience. I'm so happy that you've joined me again, and today I would like to talk to you about creative writing as a spiritual practice. I use creative writing currently and always have used it as a way to remove myself from the visceral experience that is being a human on Earth. And I've at times had kind of an imbalance with how much time I spent writing or in my writing headspace versus living a real life as a human on Earth. So I've had to find a nice healthy balance to, am I using this as an escape or is this adding beauty to my life, you know? So it's important for everyone to know the ways that their pleasures can turn into their vices. So I had to kind of reassess my experience with writing to make it a healthy experience overall and just get rid of any kind of negativity that might have attached itself to it unbeknownst to me throughout my growing experience. So I guess that's just like a quick little note I'd like to say. Creative writing can be a form of manifestation. It can be a form of healing. It can be a form of shadow work. It can be used for any kind of spiritual exercise that you need to experience. You could have a character that needs to calm down. It's a short story, say it's 2-3 pages. You need a character to find peace, calm down, find content feeling in whatever experience they're having because maybe you feel that way. But if you remove yourself just slightly and you write it out like it's someone else, you might be able to find your own peace and contentment. And if not, you've made a very cool piece of writing. And I hope that maybe that can bring you some kind of peace. Firstly, let's talk about what is your story. Not what it is on the outside, but what is it at its core? What does it mean to you? What does it represent? What are the themes that are going to be a really strong foundation in this story? And what does that mean to you? Because it's going to have a strong connection to you personally for you to really thrust yourself into it and learning about things you might need to learn about, or just figuring out what kind of story you're trying to share with other humans living in this visceral human experience. What are you bringing to the table here? Secondly, I find a lot of fun in the world building, the character building. I tend to make the characters first, and through that I can kind of discover what kind of experiences or environments they are going to have throughout their character arc. And even before, say you're writing a story from a character's teenage life and on, what was their childhood like? It's still important for you to know all of this character in its completion. So that could be tiny things like, what's their favorite color? What do they like to spend their time doing? Or something deep as in, how do they react to someone betraying them? Or how are they going to treat someone that's wronged them but needs their help? Things like this, like, it might not come up in your story, but it could be a really good chance to discover parts of your story that weren't originally in the idea, but that you can kind of add to either create interest or to spur the character development for not only that character, but multiple others at the same time. It's just a really fun, it's like a web. It's like you're weaving a web, and how do these points all connect into what is the entire plot and message of this story. Now, I am talking about this as from my experience. I have always done best writing long form narrative or fiction stories. And so this was always fun for me because it's a place to play mentally. You can kind of just see what you like, see what you don't like, see what fits together and what doesn't. And if this is better for you as a short form, say poetry or a short story, then 100% do that. But I've always kind of struggled actually with short form writing. For some reason I feel like I can't just smash it all down. But it's something I'd like to try in my life. I've written poetry, but I never actually thought it was poetry, which is silly because like there's no rules. Maybe someday I'll share some of those, but I don't know. Those are really, there's something. And those were necessary for my mental health, not because I wanted to share a story or a theme with someone else. So I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Another thing I would like to say about creative writing is a spiritual practice is to not put too much pressure on yourself, because again, this is supposed to be a place for you to learn, grow, and heal, and to play, not to feel negative or pressure or like, oh, is this good enough, or I don't think that I like this, but I have to keep doing it because I said I would. Like, no, none of that. This is all for your personal enjoyment and your creativity. So don't ever limit yourself or push yourself into something that you're not enjoying anymore. Because it's not worth it, you know? Like life is supposed to be fun and enjoyable. It has its challenges, but that's just more information for you to use for your creative writing or whatever your passion is, or just your personal growth as a person. So don't ever like make weird rules about this. This is just supposed to be free and fun. Yes. I've always found it very easy. This kind of thing is natural to me. I feel like I came out of the womb with a quill in my hand. I'm a writer, you know, but I really admire other people's ways that they do the same as what I'm doing here with their own passions and their own art or skill set, and I'm really interested in learning more about how other people use other things as a spiritual practice, but this is just my personal method of doing that. So I hope that this was enough. I feel like, look, I just did it. Yeah, it is enough, you know? It's enough if I say it's enough, and that's that. But I do hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that it was a little helpful. I think I'm going to be adding a little bit more because, well, you don't actually need to know that because this is like me noting to myself. Editor Sarah, I'm going to add more maybe later. I have to take notes, make notes. I gotta go write. I gotta get coffee, you know? Okay, I'm just a person. Anyways, have fun. Thank you for tuning in. I really enjoyed doing this, and I hope that you had fun watching it, and I hope that you find maybe a fun little time to make your own creative writing experience for yourself. But I hope you enjoyed. It's nice to see you. It's been a while. I hope it's nice to see me. Bye. I hope that your day is lovely, you are lovely, and goodbye. And now I'm going to talk about, let's find out what we're going to talk about, because I didn't really make any notes or plans here. I'm really just winging it. You know what? I just forgot. I didn't talk about it. Hold on. Everyone hold the hell on. But not what is, so I use creative, anyways.